Stations Final Time!
Hello boys and girls.
Hello boys and girls.
And welcome to
Action Stations
Bible Time.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Hope you had a lovely break over Christmas.
We had a great time, didn't we, David?
We did. Despite all the things that were difficult, we had a lovely time.
It was great celebrating Jesus being born.
Yeah, and we had carol services and other fun things.
Yeah, presents, chocolate.
And the best present of all,
remembering Jesus.
Great, Maynard. Well, so Maynard, what are we doing today?
Well, you can see, David, Jesus has authority. The storm.
Yeah, Jesus has authority. The storm, what's that about?
Well, why don't you tell them about Kids Club?
Good idea. Kids Club coming up this Friday, the 14th, at St Lawrence, after school, around about 3:30. You'd be very welcome to come and join in if you'd like to. Well, what are we thinking about with this word? Authority. Jesus has authority, Christians believe. But what is authority? Let's play a little game. We'll just play Simon Says for a little while. Now, I don't know if you're sitting on the floor or you're at a table or where you are, but we'll just do hands and face things just so you don't have to jump around too much. So here we go. If I say, Simon says, do something, you do it. If I say to do something but without saying Simon says, you don't do it. So here we go. Simon says wave. Stop. Now, did you stop? I didn't say Simon says stop, so you shouldn't have stopped. Simon says wave. Simon says stop. Clap your hands. Did you clap your hands? I didn't say Simon says clap your hands, so you shouldn't have clapped your hands. Simon says clap your hands. Simon says stop clapping your hands and pat your head. Simon says put your other finger on your lips. Stop patting your head and put your finger down. Have you stopped? Have you put your finger down? Oh, Simon didn't say it. Simon says stop patting your head and put your finger down. Well, what a daft game, but it's about authority. When Simon says, you do it, and that's authority. And Christians believe, and the Bible teaches us, that Jesus has authority in all sorts of interesting and special ways. And today we're going to find about Jesus having authority with the storm. And we're going to read, I'm going to read to you from Mark's Gospel, one of the books that tells us about Jesus' life. So here we go. That day, this is Mark 4 verse 35. That day when evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, let us go over to the other side of the lake. Leaving the crowd behind, they took him along just as he was in the boat. There were also other boats with them. A furious squall came up, that's a windy storm, and the waves broke over the boat so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, that's the back of the boat, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said to him, Teacher, don't you care if we drown? Jesus got up, rebuked the wind, that means told off the wind, and said to the waves, Quiet, be still. Then the wind died down and it was completely calm. He said to his disciples, Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith? They were terrified and asked each other, Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him. Well, I got those pictures from Free Bible Images and they're by Sweet Publishing. So, Jesus has authority with the storm. See, authority is when someone can say something and everyone does it. But did you see? Jesus said something and the wind and the waves did it. That's a very special kind of authority, isn't it? Well, to help us think a bit more about it, we're going to have a quiz. Are you ready for a quiz? So this quiz is about Jesus and the storm. And we've got two teams. We've got the Reds and the Blues. So Reds and Blues. So you divide yourselves up on each side. And if you are on one side, you're the Reds. And if you're on this side, you're the Reds. If you're on that side, you're the Blues. Okay? I always get that wrong. This side Reds, that side Blues. And Reds, you get the first question. Here we go. What were Jesus and his friends in? A house on a hill. B, a car on a road. C, a boat on a lake. What do you think? Hands up if you think A. Hands up if you think B. That's a car on a road. Hands up if you think C. That's a boat on a lake. And the answer is, well, I think it's C. They were on a boat on a lake. Did you get that right? Good, I hope you did. That's what it was all about. So let me choose a letter for you. I think you all want me to choose C. 3 points. Pretty good start. So 3 points to Reds. Jesus was on a boat on a lake. A furious squall. Blues, this is you guys. You're over there. Blues. A furious squall came up, the story said. What is that? Is it A, a small animal? Is it B, a windy, wavy storm? Is it C, an angry farmer? A furious squall. Okay, hands up if you think it's A, a small animal. Hands up if you think it's B, a windy, wavy storm. And hands up if you think it's C, an angry farmer. Okay, everyone hands down. I wonder what you thought. Did you think it was a small animal? Oh, that's not the answer. Did you think it was a windy, wavy storm? B. That's what a furious squall is. It's a windy, wavy storm. You can imagine if you were in a boat, you'd be shaken about. It'd be very scary. Well, what letter would you like for your score? You can't have a C because that's gone. All the other letters there. Let's go for G, shall we? Oh, another 3 points. Brilliant. So 3 each at the end of the first round. Jesus is in a boat in a windy, wavy storm. Blues. Your question for the next round. What happened to the boat in the storm? A, it sank. B, it was fine. C, it was nearly swamped with water. What do you think? Did it sink? Was it fine? Was it nearly swamped? Okay, hands up if you think A, the boat sank. Hands down. Hands up if you think B, the boat was fine. Hands down. Hands up if you think C, it was nearly swamped with water. And hands down. Well, I'm going to go for C. It was a furious squall, after all. Yes, it was such a bad storm that the boat they were in was nearly swamped with water. So lots of water was bashing against the sides and nearly filling it up. They must have been spending a lot of time bailing out the water so it still floated. Well, A, B, D, E or F for a score. Could get a 4 or 3 or 2. Let's go for B, shall we? Oh, 2. Five points, not bad. Reds, your question. Reds are over there. So Reds, what did Jesus say to the storm and the waves? A, quiet, be still. B, help. C, ah. What do you think? What did he say to the storm and the waves? Okay, hands up if you think it's A, quiet, be still. Okay, hands down. And B, hands up if you think it's help. Hands down. And hands up if you think the answer is C. Ah! Hands down. Well, here's the amazing thing. Jesus stood up and he said, "Hey, quiet, be still." Well, what would you like for a score? A, D, E or F? Reds? I think Reds are after D. Another 2 points. 5 each. Okay, next round. And the Blues start. Guys, that's you over there. Okay, what happened when Jesus said, "Quiet, be still"? Is it A, the wind died down and it was completely calm? Was it B, nothing? Was it C, the boat sank? What happened when Jesus said, "Quiet, be still"? Okay, hands up if you think the answer is A, the wind died down and it was completely calm. Hands down. Hands up if you think the answer is B, nothing happened. Hands down. And hands up if you think the answer is C, the boat sank. Hands down. Well, do you know what? If nothing happened or the boat sank, I don't think we'd still be telling about this story. The answer is A. It's amazing, isn't it? You see, if you say to your little brother or sister, "Quiet, be still," absolutely nothing happens. If you're in the bath and you make lots of waves in the bath and you say, "Quiet, be still," it takes a while for them to settle down, doesn't it? But Jesus is out on a lake in the middle of a storm. He stands up and the boat is nearly swamped with water. He says, "Quiet, be still," and suddenly it all stops. That was amazing. Amazing. Okay, what do you like as a score? A, E or F? It's a 2, a 3 or a 4. Blues? Let's go for F. 3! That's fantastic. What's that give us? 5 and 3 is 8. Last question to the Reds. Why were Jesus' disciples terrified at the end of the story? Did you notice that? They were. Why were Jesus' disciples terrified at the end of the story? Is it A, they had nearly drowned? Is it B, they didn't like the storm? Is it C, because of Jesus' amazing power? Have a think. Imagine you were there in that story. And Jesus had just said, "Quiet, be still," and the wind and the waves all stop. Is that a bit scary? Okay. Why were Jesus' disciples terrified at the end of the story? Hands up if you think the answer is A, they had nearly drowned. Hands down. Hands up if you think the answer is B, they didn't like the storm. Hands down. And hands up if you think the answer is C, because of Jesus' amazing power. Hands down. Well, here's why this story is in the Bible and why it's such a special story. It's because C, of Jesus' amazing power. We're thinking about Jesus' authority. He says things and they happen. And he's got authority over the wind and the rain and the clouds and the sea. He's got authority over the creation. Wow. Well, only one thing to here, and that's to choose a score for the Reds. If you get 2, then the Blues win. If you get 4, then the Reds win. What's it going to be? A or E? A? E? E? A? A. Oh! The winning team is Red. Well done, Reds. Well done, Blues. You're only a point behind. Hey, Maynard.
Hello, David. Hello, boys and girls. So, David, that's amazing. Jesus says, "Quiet, be still," and it is.
I know. Have you ever tried that with your bath water, Maynard?
Doesn't happen with me. What about you?
Well, tried it with my little sister. Never quiet or still.
No. So, it's amazing that Jesus can really do this.
Yeah. And Christians believe that that's because he's got authority.
Yeah, it's not any old authority. See, a policeman has authority.
A policeman does have authority, yeah.
Or a head teacher.
Yeah, head teacher says, stop running in the class, stop running in the corridor.
And you do it, David. That's authority.
But Jesus' authority is really special.
Yeah. And do you know why, David?
Why, Maynard?
Well, what kind of person can tell a storm to stop when it does?
No one.
Yeah. Only God on earth, David. That's what Christians believe. And it's a bit of evidence about Jesus.
It is. It's like evidence, isn't it, for who he is.
Yeah. Really good, eh? Jesus has authority over the storm.
Wow. Thank you, Maynard.
Yeah. Thanks, boys and girls. Let's sing a song.
Yeah, why not? Let's sing a song. And there's some actions for this. This song is called Jesus Has Authority.
Jesus has authority to stop the waves he calm the sea. He knows what's best for you and me. He saves us and he sets us free. Jesus has authority. He stopped the waves he calm the sea. He knows what's best for you and me. He saves us and he sets us free. There were some men out on a lake. A storm blew up, their knees did shake. They thought that everything would break. He still said, Jesus, piece of cake. Jesus has authority. He stopped the waves, he calmed the sea. He knows what's best for you and me. He saves us and he sets us free. There were some men out on a lake. A storm blew up, their knees did shake. They thought that everything would break. He still said, Jesus, piece of cake. Jesus has authority. He stopped the waves, he calmed the sea. He knows what's best for you and me. He saves us and he sets us free.
So, Maynard.
Yeah, David. Jesus has authority.
Yeah, and this is only the first one of our assemblies.
I wonder what else he has authority over, David.
More evidence for who he is.
It's great, the storm, David. It must have been amazing as a disciple.
Or terrifying, even.
Yeah, because who could do that? Only Jesus. Only because he's God come to earth.
And that's what Christians believe about Jesus.
Yeah, great, David. Well, boys and girls, nice to be with you again on video. Hope we'll see you in person sometime.
Yeah, hope we do. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. See you again for another
Action Stations!
Bible Time!
Action Stations Bible